All right, back to recording. Thank God we got all the swearing out and insults right in that 30 seconds there. Wait, what?
Jim?
Guys? Where'd everybody go? I'm telling Mom. Oh, man. Okay, I don't know. Everybody's got a different age here. What was your number one childhood toy from like early ages that you just couldn't live without? Did you have one?
Buzz Lightyear.
Buzz Lightyear. Frickin' right. Okay. Anybody else? Step right up.
My Earl equipment.
Earl equipment. What's that?
Oh, it's like the miniature tractors and skidders and stuff. The good
The
ones,
really good, like the
iron
cast.
ones.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes,
the metals.
My iron and my Tonka trucks.
Tonka. Oh my God, I had one. Those big metal bastards that you could kill your sister with if you swung it. Yeah.
Yes.
My sister tried to kill me with the dump truck. It was brutal. She swung that thing so hard by the bucket. Boom! Right in the head.
There's
I remember
a new
that.
topic of the day for you for one of your episodes.
What's that?
Tonka trucks or...
Shit, we're doing it right now. We don't even need to save that for logging from scratch. Come on.
Okay, well...
Tonka trucks. Hit it.
Tonka trucks or... I don't know, whatever other...
Hot Wheels.
The toys. Yeah. Hot Wheels, Tonka trucks. What else were there? What else was a popular child's...
I had these remote control cat and front end loader.
Oh my God.
It was like a cord.
Do you still have it? No, it's probably gone
Yes.
now. You do?
Yes. I still have them both. They took kerosene for the smokestacks, so the smokestacks would spit out some fuel.
Oh
like
my
little
God.
puffs.
That
And
is
we
so
had a-
cool.
We had a
You need to
stove.
take a picture of that.
Oh, Richard knows what's up. Tonka, G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe! Oh my God.
Yes.
I forgot about G.I. Joe.
You need to take a picture
The only
of
thing
that
more
video.
manly than
I will.
Tonka trucks is G.I. Joe driving a Tonka truck. You can't top that. That is like the epitome of manliness right there. It's like, is that a G.I. Joe driving a Tonka truck? I think I see testosterone. Yeah, the good times of childhood. What's the weirdest toy you think you ever had, if you could remember? I remember those stupid... Did anybody ever have these stupid little dinosaur egg things that you crack open and you put it in water and it would grow up into a bigger size?
Yes.
Talk about the weirdest
I had
thing.
one of those. I was just thinking about that too.
That's so funny, eh?
Yes.
Those were the weirdest things.
The Tamagotchi.
Yeah. Yeah, just like a Tamagotchi. Those things were weird too. Was that the thing that you like fed and was digital? And
Geopet.
Yeah.
Geopet.
Geopet.
Geopets. Oh my God, the times, hey? Sharky, this pile is all nasty tops, so you might want to load from the other end, like straight on. It'll be way easier for you to grab in the middle. Your call, though. You're the loader, man. I don't care what you do. I think they'll fit on the trailer, but I would definitely try to cradle them if you can, because they really are a pain in the butt.
Don't worry.
I like doing this. I like stacking, piling here. This is fun. Then you guys can just process straight, and then I'll sort it out. That works good. I'm going to start a new deck right here. And we'll put the little pieces right here. Or maybe I'll just put them over here. Mind you guys' way processing it all? No, I'm good here. Hey? And if I am, well, that sucks to be you. That's how the real woods work. And these are, what are these, 13s or 14s? 13s? Yeah.
14.
Or 14, whatever, it doesn't really matter anyway.
I think they're 15s.
I think, I don't know
they're
what the
14s.
minimal is for that truck. I think the minimal is like a 12 or 10 maybe?
For that trailer,
Yeah.
I fit 11.
11s? Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
11s are the minimal.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you go 10, I think those tops are 10s actually. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the tops are 10s, and the longest I've gone on that trailer is...
I guess you could just, as far as it'll stick out. I've done 20s on it, and that worked out pretty good.
Yeah,
They're pretty long, but I think it just becomes more pain in the arse loading them when they're that big than anything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we throw it on full tree length.
Yeah, you guys do. I've seen the pictures. I know what you sickos are up to over there. Just dragging the whole.
You're just jealous and you want to come join us.
Yeah, I do. 70 trees in one shot, pretty much. Yeah, I can see that. I was thinking about making. I really do want to make the old water hazardous bunchers, like those stupid looking monstrosities that can like. They just drag a trailer behind them, and then they put like 60, 70 trees while they're bunching. They just drop them on the trailer behind them while they crawl through the bush. And then they go to the drop point, and they just drop like literally an entire processor deck that would take 6 hours to process in one shot. It's friggin' crazy. I'm sure the game would die before that thing would work properly, but can't say we didn't try. You guys ever seen the picture of that weird looking? It's like what the hell is it? It's a buncher on like a swamp chassis. It's like a really weird looking chassis with these giant steel kind of tires, but it's got like a giant bed. It looks like something that belongs on like Star Wars or something. And it's got a buncher head on it. I think I put it on there one time. But it's such a weird looking thing. It's got this big bed to put all the logs in. Yeah, just crazy looking stuff. Oh yeah. You guys starting to get lag now a little bit?
No.
No? Still good? Wow, impressive.
Well, it's not as good as last week, but yeah. It's
Yeah. We have to keep it to one buncher at a time. That's the trick.
Look it up.
Sorry, Al.
Oh.
You can fight him for it, though.
Right.
You guys can fist fight for the buncher. It's cool.
I think I've logged enough hours in the buncher. Somebody
Yeah,
else can have a little fun.
you got your limits. Or what are you doing? Are you just skidding?
I'm just, somewhat.
Do you want to pile?
Doing
I can
and
let you
skidding.
pile if you want.
Oh, it's all right. I'm good.
It's okay, no worries. I just want to make sure
I was
everybody's
here to
not
hang
stuck
out.
in stuff they. Yeah, well, that's kind of why. That's the fun part. I don't really care what I operate anymore. I'm usually just BSing the whole time, anyways.
Yeah, it's pretty much me here too.
That's fun, right? It's the way to do it. I was thinking about trying to do it more nights during the week, but I'm gonna have too many episodes. I was trying to like, how can I make them like, how can I make like, I love doing these episodes, but this feels like I have so many of these episodes, and I don't know if people like having more or less. I don't honestly know anymore.
I think one episode, maybe 2 per day, it should be fine.
Oh, I just mean
if
like
you
in
start-
general. Like I have, so right now in a week, based on the schedule I have now, I have 3 logging from scratch, 3 logging crew, and then on Sundays usually full throttle. And then Saturdays I'm going to be releasing one in the afternoon, which is not related to Farming Simulator. It's going to be all some real life content, but I don't know. I just was wondering.
Oh,
if-
really? Or these gonna be your videos or somebody that?
It's my really close friend here in town
Yeah, you mentioned
took.
that.
Oh yeah, I told you about that.
Yeah, you gave him
Took the
your
GoPro, yeah. But I processed a bunch of the footage, and it's pretty freaking cool. It's basically just him in an 875 just murdering short log trucks with wood, and it looks really cool. So I'm going to get a few videos of that. He's got one really cool one where he did it first thing in the morning when he was loading them up. It looks so sweet. He's got like the whole cab from the back. Most of them are just kind of over the shoulder, like over the shoulder on the left-hand side, showing off the one stick and the load, but he's got a couple really good ones there. So I got one of a Medill, him loading with a Medill, then him loading with an 875, him bunching a whole bunch of really nasty looking terrain, him decking, and then the night loading one. So that'll be a few weeks of that stuff coming eventually here. I like the real life stuff though. It's just, I don't know, I really like being able to produce that stuff too.
Are they gonna be long videos or like 5
Oh
minutes?
yeah, like that's the cool part. Like, so I was gonna do 4K on the videos, but one, editing 4K is a friggin' nightmare, and 2, you can't record on a GoPro super long in 4K before it either craps out from the battery or overheats. So I changed it down to 1440, same resolution these videos are at, and he was able to record like crazy long. So his loading video, I think, is like almost 30 minutes, and then his decking video is like 48 minutes or something. But I went through and I just cut out all the parts when he's like, playing on his phone and doing stuff like that. But so I'm like, oh, this will be fun for people to watch. So I just kind of kept it solid while he's operating. But
Going into his bank account, checking how much.
yeah, I know, and his screen's like right there, and I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I better get rid of that. But yeah, no. Joey's Joey's a cool dude. And he runs anything and everything. Doesn't matter what, he can run it. He's a crazy dude. He
So
hauls.
I'm sorry, Jordan. You probably answered this question about 1,000 times already, but
It's not coming to console. No, I'm just kidding.
Why?
Jokes.
What? No, why?
So, what did you do to change your skidder here so it doesn't do the whole moonwalk thing?
I built it again from scratch and prayed and hoped it would work, and it did. So that worked out. I don't know what was wrong with the old one. I don't know if it was a weight issue or if I tried increasing the weights, decreasing the weights on the old one, and it still moonwalked.
When you say the old one, you're talking about the John Deere one?
Yeah, like the original one. I do have another John Deere coming though. Oh, she's good. She's pretty too. That one's gonna be. Oh, that one's gonna be fun. I'm excited. Like I was making a joke in another group chat last night, and I said I never really liked the idea of having skidder chains. Like, so if you put on skidder chains, like so they're toggle, so you can turn them on and off. The sound isn't there, and it drives me absolutely crazy. Because when you drive with a skidder with chains, it has a very unique. You can hear the chains rattling and clawing as they drive. So on all the mods I ever saw, including ones I did toggling of chains for, it doesn't change the sound. It just adds the chains on, which looks cool, but without that sound, it really killed it for me. So
I have one.
what's that?
I have one mod of skidder with the chain, and we hear the chain going.
Yeah. But it's there.
Probably possible.
Yeah. So what I did on this one is I made it so the chain is not toggleable, so you can't turn the chain on and off. You always have the chains on. But I changed the sound effect by stealing it off of a video of a skidder running with chains. So now you can hear like that really nasty chain sound while it's going, and it sounds so cool.
That's probably going to be my favorite because I love that sound.
Yeah, totally. But it'll be good. Yeah. It's really particular sound, right? I just didn't want to lose that.
For umpteen many hours a day, every day, and then pretty soon you don't even hear it.
Yeah, right. You just get used to it. It's the funniest part is when I change sound effects on any of these machines. If I ever change sound effects, people are like, "Oh my god, the new track sounds are so amazing!" La la la. And then after like 3 months, people are just like, this is boring now." Like, because they can just all you hear is these squeaky friggin' tracks. It's so funny. But then if I change it, people are like, "Oh."
Remember last time you changed the sound, man, was awesome.
Yeah.
Now it's like, it's like.
It feels like this is how it's always been. But I always go back. This is how I gauge myself. Is I'll go back, and I'll watch an old video from like early on, like the very first logging from scratch video that had the 880, and I'll be like. Yeah, because in my head I'll be like, man, like these machines are kind of like, they haven't really done anything in a while. And then I go back and look, and I'm like, oh, okay, we've done quite a bit if we really do. Because the original cartoony looking buggers were pretty nasty.
If you look at the timeline from the first of the release,
Yeah. Yeah, we have changed dynamically over the years for sure. But it's fun. I don't know why I keep doing it. I don't know, I'm addicted to it or something. It's really weird. My wife had that conversation the other day. She's like, so don't you ever get bored of this stuff? And I'm like, I don't know why, but I just can't.
Well, which is a good thing. Makes your job easier, man.
I guess, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That and just being able to... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I remember a long time ago, like 17, you were actually talking about in some episodes that, your problem was that when you... because you took a break from YouTube and all that.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that. So, and you were saying that your issue was that you kind of made it your job.
Yeah.
It started not becoming fun anymore.
Yeah.
So,
honestly, like, it's when I made it into a team. And no offense to anybody who was on my team, because it was at the time it was Chad and Josh, Bobcat Logger, and both like Chad's like a guy who's been with me forever doing logging stuff, right? So we decided, hey, let's make a FDR logging team. Because I was like, I've never really committed to it and tried it, and I really wanted to try it. So I did it, and I thought, okay, well, this will be fun because we can all kind of work together. But my problem is I am a very stubborn, bullheaded son of a gun when it comes to doing stuff, and I want it a certain way, and I just find that I kind of maybe push people a little too hard in different directions, and then I burn them out. I'm always, and always have been, like, work, go, go. That's always how I do things. So a lot of other people, if they don't feel in the mood and that's what's holding back progress of something, I don't find that acceptable when I'm trying to get something done. And I think that I understand, like, you know, you're not always going to be as energetic about logging as I am, and I totally get that. But if I have something that's pending that I need to get done and it's being held up because somebody else is procrastinating or doesn't want to do it, then I either have to do it myself or I need to whip that person to get it done. And I hate doing that. So when I became kind of like more of a team with other people, I found my progress was not being efficient. Like, we weren't really getting where I wanted to go, and, you know, other people had different ideas and I didn't want to go that way, and I kind of just ended up going like, why do I even do this? This is stupid. It's turning into more of a job where I have to tell people what to do, and I hate it.
It's no fun anymore.
So then I just, and like I said, absolutely no offense to them because I'm a little bit crazy when it comes to this stuff.
Yeah, but
so
you know what? You gotta be strict also when you want to achieve something.
you have to, 100%. And it's a company to me. Like, at this point, this is a very big part of my life. It's a company. It produces money. It produces income. It's a thing. So I look after it really cleanly. And if I see other people not holding it to the level that I do, then I don't want to share it. So,
no, which is totally normal. Like I said,
yeah.
Because if not, it's not gonna go
But I
where
mean,
you want it to go.
and once I did talk to them, I mean, we all mutually agreed that we were just burned out and done working as a team. And it wasn't like a bad thing. Like, it wasn't like, oh, I hate you, never talk to me again, goodbye. Like, that's not how it ended. Yeah, it was just kind of like, do you guys want to keep doing this? And they're kind of like, no, not really. And I was like, hey, because I don't really want to do it either like this. And then I just stopped for a while and had to think about, is this something I really want to continue doing? If I can't work on it with a team, is it ever going to go anywhere? Blah, 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 blah. And then one day I just kind of found my love again for it, and I just kept doing it. And I told myself, I will take advice from people, but I will never, ever, more than likely, be on a team for something that I'm this personalized about, because it'll never be good enough. So I just kind of made that decision, and we're here now, so it must have worked out. Otherwise, it would have tanked.
Whatever you're doing a great job, man.
Yeah, and you know what? I think it was good, too, because after that happened, Chad ended up going and doing his own stuff with, you know, Catalyst Gaming, which I 100% wanted him to keep doing because he does really good work on his maps. And I was like, dude, you need to keep doing this. Don't quit. But Chad likes to play other games too. Like, he gets bored of this stuff too. Like, once in a while, we all get our slumps, right? So he likes being his own boss and doing his own thing too, right? And I was really proud that he kept going because I thought he was gonna quit after I did that because I felt like a jerk for kind of throwing them all around and being like, hey, do it this way. And I realized I'm not a boss kind of person. I don't want to do that. So after he stopped and we left the team, it was kind of a silent period, and I was like, oh man, I was like, probably gonna make everybody leave and not play freaking Farming Simulator now because I was such a jerk. But they ended up doing their own thing, and I'm really glad that they kept doing it because now Chad's making incredible maps. He's just having fun, and we still do pretty much everything together and help each other out, so it's fun. He's like an invisible silent partner forever. That's what I told him. It's like you can never really leave, but yeah.
How come he doesn't come and join the logging crew sometimes?
He does sometimes. He's usually like he's got weird times for his work, and he's hanging out with his family and stuff. If I get on late at night with him, he can play. Like late at night. So I don't know what time it is. What time is it right now for you guys? For us? For anybody?
I have 3 hours ahead of you.
10 o'clock.
7:06 for me. So if I were to start this at like 8:30 or something, or 9, I bet he would probably be on. But unfortunately, due to my work, I gotta keep to a bit of a schedule.
Way early in the morning for me.
Yeah, just a little bit, huh?
Yep. You did that. Wait, already gone
Yeah, the good times, hey. But yeah, like I said, we all do take breaks from stuff, but it's good to keep on going if you like it. But I've tried working with lots of mod groups in the past, and I just have a way that I like to do things, and I realize a lot of people don't agree with it. And maybe I'm not going to ever say that I'm 100% right and my way is the only way to do things. But when I'm working on stuff that I'm making, my way is the only way I want to do things because I know it works. And that's the way I do it. But I do listen to advice and I see what other people do and try to change it.
Like, I've known successful people that started things only from clients that, you know, suggested things, only from fans that suggested things.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what I tell people. I'm like, I'm always, like, although I don't accept mod requests, I'm always open to hear ideas because sometimes I've heard people say, have you ever tried doing one of these with one of these on top? And I'll either be like, no, that's absolutely ridiculous. Or I'll be like, that's absolutely ridiculous, but I actually have an idea that might work with that. And then I start working on something and I go into mad scientist mode and I come up with something. So, yeah, I'm always open to hear people's ideas. Whether I think they're dumb or not, I'll listen. I do read.
You know that there could be the 199 dumb ideas, but there could be that one that is like, wow, amazing idea.
Oh, 100%.
Really help you out in order to.
Yeah, I think you'd be stupid not to read people's ideas. Yeah. I think it's a brilliant thing to listen. It doesn't mean you have to do that thing, but I mean, at least be open to the idea of some kind of change. I wish I could have told my younger me that and had him listen, but...
Oh, yeah. Everybody probably here agrees with that. You know, I wish I could tell...
I wish I could go back to 20-year-old me and slap the shit out of him, yeah.
Yeah. Same here. I did a big mistake that cost me which amount of ways of 1 year.
Oh, yeah. I'd just go back and be like, stop buying trucks, you friggin' idiot. That's what I would have done. Stick to one. That's your truck. You don't get another one.
How often were you buying trucks?
Oh, here and there. I just kept finding better deals, okay? I didn't understand how it worked until I realized how much money I was wasting.
It is not important.
Oh, my God. It was so dumb. Yeah. I had a good run.
Or like spending $5,000 on mags and sound system and stuff
hey,
like that.
That's pretty cool too. I mean, granted, I'm not going to pretend I didn't like all the vehicles I had because they were fun, but I probably should have just smartened up on that one a little bit. I should have kept my Duramax, honestly, is what I should have done, because that's kind of where it all went downhill after I sold that. And I was pretty close to, I wouldn't say super close to paying it off, but I was pretty close to paying it off. I should have just finished it out, but... Some salesman worked his magic and said, oh, well, trade that sucker in. It's pretty much trash. You should get this guy instead.
Oh, man. I got bamboozled just the same way.
Right? It was a good deal. It was a great vehicle, but then I lost a job and it all went to hell really bad. But then we recovered. Took time, but we recovered.
That's what I've been thinking about doing, too. It's like I have this one and it's, you know, not high on miles or anything like that. And I'm like... Oh, you know, I basically have it paid off, and I could trade it in, and dang near, you know, maybe $12,000 a boot or something. I could be in probably a brand new one or almost a brand new one. I'm like, no, I'm not.
It's deadly. Like what are you looking like? Brand new? Is that what you're looking at?
Yeah, or you know, really close to being new.
Yeah.
I don't really care for the new body style. So I kind of like want to step back a couple of years.
Yeah, no.
I don't even have 50,000 miles on it. I'm like. No.
Yeah, don't do it. What do you drive now? What do you got?
GMC.
Oh, nice.
All-terrain.
Oh, nice. What? Which one is it?
14.
Oh yeah. What is it? A truck like Silverado or Sierra?
Yeah, it's a Sierra. GMC Sierra all-terrain
nice.
Crew cab.
And what year?
14.
14. Oh my God, that's what I got. Good man. Yeah, that's mine. I'm paying off slowly here. What's that?
We're full of coincidences.
Yeah, that's I honestly, 14 is the best year of that truck I've ever owned. Like, I've had what have I had? So I had a 14? I had a 14 Silverado, like the Chevy. I had a 08 Duramax. I had oh my god, oh yeah, I had another Silverado. We won't talk about that one. And then I had a temporary, very temporary, like owned it for 30 days before a job loss.
That was like last year.
Yeah, I had a 2500 Silverado, but it was just a gasser. I'm actually glad I didn't get that because that would have been an absolute nightmare now looking back. But I had it for 30 whole days, and then I lost that one. And then after that, I got this Sierra, which is the 14, and I frickin' just love this truck. I got it lifted right where I want, put my tires I want on it, and oh, it's my baby. And I'm like, I'm keeping this one. I will never buy another. I will drive this until the chassis comes off, literally, because I'm not doing this again.
Oh man, I've only owned GM. That's all I've ever had.
It's so good, right?
Yeah.
I had a Ford once, and I will never do that crap again. Actually, I had three different Fords. An F-150, an F-250, and then a 350, again, very temporarily, but I didn't... That was just like a piece of rundown crap. It wasn't like a brand new nice one or anything. You like the Fords, eh? That's okay. You know what? I'm not going to knock any of them because nowadays they're all just as good as each other, pretty much. They're all pretty close. It's more just what you like. It's like saying Tiger Cat versus John Deere. Like, doesn't matter what Bush crew you talk to, they're all going to shit talk every other brand, so... We only run Tiger Cats. John Deere's are for pussies. We only run cats. Tiger Cats are for pussies. You know, it's just like, doesn't matter where you go, you hear it, right? So, and most of the time, people don't even look at the specs of the vehicles. They just say they suck because that's the way they think it sucks. So, unless we're talking about Dodge, then you're just a complete loser. No, I'm just kidding. But that's the mentality. That's what I'm saying.
Yo, those new Dodge, man, they got to me, man. Especially the interiors, I love them.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. What base model you got in yours, Al? What trim level?
All terrain, so it's the full leather.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah, all terrain. Yeah, same one I got too. I love the interiors though. Does yours have the fat console in the middle with like the trays and stuff?
Yep.
It's not a flip up, right?
Nope.
Oh, see, that's the one. When I get in there and just look at that console, I'm just like, oh, it feels like I'm driving a mech or something. I just absolutely love the console.
Yeah, no, my last one was an 02 GMC Sierra.
Oh, that's an upgrade.
Extended cab that was fully leathered out. I mean, it was like the top of the line.
Oh, man.
How many miles did you have on it?
On his GM?
Yeah, on the 2000.
Always GM, man.
Yeah. How many? He's just asking, how many kilometers did you have on that the 02?
Oh, the 02, I had 160,000 miles on it.
Holy cow, that's pretty good. Miles.
And,
we're talking miles, not kilometers.
Yeah. I have no idea how many kilometers it would be.
That's so crazy.
But yeah, it was still running good. I mean, I even got a really good trade-in because I keep a clean truck, so.
Richard said?
Just saw Richard.
Great.
I was like, it has a heated tailgate, and I stopped and I'm like, heated tailgate? Why the hell would you have that? And then I look and I'm like, oh, you little bugger. That's so funny.
That was awesome, Richard. That was great.
It's coming, man. It's
That's
coming.
so true. So true. I love that. That's so funny.
That's why Ford's handing out puppies when you buy their trucks, so you got somebody to walk home with.
Yeah. God, I used to follow this like memes page, and it wasn't biased towards any one brand. It just was like, it would just deck everything out. It didn't care what it was. They would just shoot at them. It was so funny. Some people get so butthurt over their brands. It's just like so funny to watch.
Oh, it's great.
I mean, I don't care. Honestly, I just have experience with certain vehicles that I just won't buy again, but that's just from my experience. Like my uncle, my cousin, all of them are hardcore Ford guys, like to the max. That's all they'll drive, and they haven't really had that many problems with them. Like they found out all the things they need to know, and they love them, right? But the three I owned were the biggest pieces of garbage that left me stranded so many times that I wish I had killed myself. So my experience driving those things was terrible, but their experience was awesome. So I can understand how easy it is to form like your opinion. I actually just discussed this in another form in a Logging from Scratch episode when I was talking about police and firefighters and whether people hated them versus loved them kind of thing, and as a general population thing. And no matter what the subject, whether it's a brand of car a service, a people, a religion. It doesn't matter what you're talking about. It's all based on what experience a person has had with that particular thing that you're talking about, right?
Exactly.
You know, some people are like, oh, did you just say church? I hate churches. All churches should burn. And then the next guy will be like, churches have changed my life. It's the only thing that matters to me. But it's all based on that person's experience, right?
That sounded like, what's his name? Flanders from The Simpsons?
Oh, Flanders. yeah. That's accurate, actually. Yeah, he would be the church guy, wouldn't he? Flanders. Dippity-doo, neighbor. Yeah. But, yeah, it's just funny to see the subject, how people just, you know, it changes based on your experience with it, right? A lot of people...
Well,
oh, sorry, go ahead,
Ford
Dan.
Ford hurt their reputation, I guess, for the bigger trucks when they went away from the 7.3.
Yeah. I mean, that was their own doing.
No, but
Dodge
guys,
had transmissions that wouldn't hold up to the power.
Yeah. Yeah, they just kind of didn't test it very thoroughly. That's the problem that happened. I think 2000 to 2008 were the worst times for trucks ever, because it was the time when consumerism really started picking up and people realized, hey, let's rush these trucks off market instead of actually taking a few years to test out the engines to make sure they're good. They're like, no. How fast can we pump them out? Because next year's model's right around the corner, you know? Like, that's when it all changed. Anything pre-2000s was like, they actually built trucks to last more than 15 friggin' minutes off the lot, so...
Pretty much. I mean, like Chevy with that Allison transmission, like the 2001 model was pretty much, bulletproof.
Yeah.
Duramax and the Allison was bulletproof. Guys were trading those trucks in to get the new ones because they loved them so much, and they just fell apart.
Yeah, that's the problem. And then once emissions, that's when I quit diesel, when emissions started becoming a big problem. Like, you know, DEF. Once DEF came in, I was out. Bye, diesel. I'm not doing this anymore. Because here in our town, I mean, some states and stuff I know are a little less regulatory about that stuff. Like, you can go delete your trucks and it's all good to go. Up here, I know lots of guys that do delete their trucks, and even I had mine deleted. But if you get caught and you have to do an inspection up here, you have to put all that back in, baby. Like, no joke. So you spent, you know, anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000 removing it all. Well, you're going to spend $8,000 to $10,000 to put it back in.
Well, what do you mean when you said...
I should know my stepmom was a DOT officer.
Oh, man. And I get it. People are doing their jobs, and it's just the way it is. But the diesel engine runs like a piece of garbage with the emission stuff. It basically takes the whole purpose of owning a diesel and just writes it off. Like, there's no point. You might as well just go buy a gasser, which I ended up doing. So I'm just like, nah, well, what's the point? Might as well drive a gas truck.
Well, and I don't know how it is for you up there, but down here, diesel used to be cheaper than gas because it's a byproduct, right?
Yeah, it used to be.
Well, early 2000s, it went up and it's never come back down. I mean, it's more expensive than gas.
Yeah, and it's a byproduct. Like, come on, man. Drives me mental. It's just so stupid.
So now you're spending more for fuel. You have to put DEF in.
Yeah.
And just more stuff to go wrong.
Yeah, and then the friggin' thing derates every 5 minutes, and you have to bring it to the shop, and you pay $150 for them to push a button and go, thanks, man. It's so brutal. No, diesels are out for me. I will never go the diesel route again. They're gutty trucks. I absolutely loved my Duramax. It was a beast. Honestly, if I wouldn't have traded that, I'd be happy with it still, because it was deleted, but they're cracking down on that like hardcore up here now for people who delete their stuff. So... And if you get one, not only do you get a fine, but you got to get it put back in, then you got to get re-inspected, and then a lot of the time, if you're like me and you modify your vehicle by putting lifts and stuff in it, the second time you go to get it inspected for this stupid DEF reason, they fail you on like 99% of the other stuff that shouldn't be in there. And then you end up buying a new truck because you can't afford to make the corrections on it. And it's also really hard to sell that truck now because... without an inspection, it's not road legal. So, it really sucks. So I just went, next truck I'm buying is going to be a gasser, and I don't care anymore. And I'm really happy with this one being gas. Not to mention, it's with the flex fuel, it's probably the cheapest vehicle with a lift I've ever run in my life. It is so cheap. I mean, then again, I don't travel all that far right now, but like this month, I filled it up at the beginning of the month, or last month. I filled it up at the beginning of January, and it's just below half a tank now.
How many
It's like-
liters does it have?
I don't know what that tank is. I think it's either 80 or 100, one or the other.
Oh,
Yeah.
minimum 100.
Yeah. So I remember. Oh no, the Canyon. My wife has a Canyon. That one's 80. This one's 100. Or no, it's 120. I think on this one. A 120 on this one. Pretty sure. It's about 120 bucks to fill it up. So that's usually how I
And
estimate
lasts
it.
1 month.
All right, what's your gas prices up there?
They're dropping right now. They were really horrendously high, but now they're dropping pretty good with the coronavirus kicking its butt. But
Here in Vernon, we're at 113.
yeah, somebody said in Alberta it just hit 86 cents or something, or 83 cents or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
So I'm imagining that's going to get here eventually.
We're in
Yeah,
Lancaster,
yeah,
not far from my place. It's like 90 cents.
Jesus, that's so crazy.
I'm at 110.
110. See, that's
Yeah.
cheap.
Yeah, 120 is.
I don't even
is-
look at it anymore. I don't even remember. Like last time I filled up, I think it was like $1.50, $1.40, 50, something like that. Maybe more. I can't even remember. I stopped looking at the pumps in about what 2007. I think I stopped looking at the pumps.
Yeah, my girlfriend once told me, she tanked up. Rarely she does. I always tank up, but
Yeah.
And so I asked her, so what was the price? I was like, what the heck
I
do
don't know.
care? I still have to fill it up.
Yeah, that's what I always say too. I'm like, well, I'm gonna need the fuel. I guess I'm not gonna argue the price. What am I gonna go in there and try to barter with the guy? Hey, how about $1.10 instead? How about that?
You just say 1 or 2 less owls.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
And if you do York, say it's $3 per liter.
Yeah, well, you guys always have higher rates over there, probably too, hey? Being
So it's one. It's only one. It's only one cheaper. So you.
Well,
I thought you guys were like $2 a friggin' liter or something over there.
Yeah, it's there or they are.
Yeah, it depends where you are.
Gas station. Depends on the gas station too.
Richard, where are you? He just said what, 86 cents? I don't know where he is in the world.
Richard is in Ottawa. He's like 2 hours.
Oh, Ottawa. Oh, okay, yeah.
I haven't seen
Stop it.
under $1 gasoline in
Yeah.
like since I was in high school.
Yeah, I was gonna say high school maybe. Yeah. Since my dad had the Dairy Queen here or something, probably then. Okay, so I'm going to end this part here.